Don't do this to me. Don't let the season start while I'm in Australia. Please, God, no. Do you understand what that would do to me? It would devastate me. You want to know when the season starts? January 19th. Alright? If this is not a kick in the groin, I don't know what is. 24 years I waited for this moment. And they're going to raise the banner at Staples Center. And I kid you not, when people saw, I got so many calls. Did you hear they're starting? But aren't you going to be in Australia? What is it? And they said, cancel. Cancel Australia. I said, I can't cancel Australia. People are counting on me. I said, I got to be there for them. But you know what? It's never a question of time or money. It's always a question of value and how bad do you want something. So I check flights. Right? I just flew in yesterday, just so you guys know. Landed, jet lag, shook it off. Tomorrow the Kings are going to raise the banner. Well, not tomorrow. Tomorrow for us, but back home it's going to be 2 days from now, right? So tomorrow I got to catch a flight out of here. I will be there to see the banner raised. All my buddies, my broke buddies who saved all their beans and carrots to be there, they were hating on me. You know what they said? Ha ha, you're going to miss it. I said, I won't. They said, what do you mean? I said, I'll catch a flight. But how much is it? I said, don't worry about it. It's nothing. That's what it is. I will be there. So my dream will be fulfilled full circle. And guess what? Right after the game, where do you think I'm going? Back to Australia. Gotta get back here. I'll be back in Sydney to continue on. And then we'll go up to Auckland. So, so maybe this year, so you can have some cool stories to tell your friends and around campfires. And when you're 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old and you have grandkids, etc., the stories that you're going to tell them, that's what I'm working for right now. What kind of stories am I going to tell my kids? And what stories am I going to tell their kids? So when we watch hockey games, when I'm old, I'm talking about when I'm old and I can barely see, I'm going to say, I was there when it happened. The only time it ever happened, I was there and I didn't miss it. So to make this your year and turn this into a legacy for you, what's required? This is what, first of all, number one, you have to know that it's possible. Maintain a sense of integrity with yourself by knowing that. You know that it's possible, and it doesn't matter how far-fetched you think your goal is. It can mean anything. I can remember my mentor, Duke, and I'll always give him credit for this. I remember Duke told me this. I told him, Duke, I don't think I can make it to the Saturday training. He goes, why? I said, because I got to watch the Kings game. He goes, what do you mean? And I'm like, yeah, the Kings game's on TV. He said, would you on TV or would you rather watch it in person? Right there. Front row. I said, front row. And he goes, and sacrifice the lollipop today for the bicycle tomorrow. You'll be at those games if you work hard at this business. Came true. That goal did come true. So it doesn't matter how far-fetched your goal is to you or to anybody around you, know that it's possible because people have done it. Why? Like I mentioned, people have done it already. When I saw people like Jeremy Stansfield go out there and buy a $100,000 vehicle, I said, well, if he can do it, then why can't I? When I saw people that were 18, 19, 20 years old becoming gold directors in this business, I said, well, if they can do it, then why can't I? I saw a woman who was a single mom who had a child that had passed away and another child that was terminally ill succeed in this business. I said, if she can do it, then why can't I? It's possible. You have to maintain sense of integrity with yourself. That way you're not just pumping yourself up. Because I'm sure people think, oh, it's a big pump-up session, right? No, no. Ask yourself, is it possible? And if the answer is yes, then get excited about it. Because there's a chance here. You can always be honest with yourself just by saying those words. It's so crazy. Number two is you have to remember that it's necessary to be successful in this business. You have to believe that it's necessary to succeed. It's necessary to hit diamond. It's necessary to hit the seven-figure club, right? $1 million club. So get creative. I always think that people just don't want something bad enough. They won't figure a way out. They'll say no to themselves or they even try to figure out a way to get it done. When people said the Kings game was on Saturday, right away what do you think I was thinking? A flight? I mean, is there a jet plane? Can I get a fighter jet and fly out? I was thinking of ways on how I can make it out there on time. You have to remember that. Get creative. Find a way. You're going to pay a price, find a way. So it is necessary. Remember this, insanity is doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting change, right? So if something's not working for you, if your business model's not working for you, get creative, find a way. Look at Dallin. Look at Ramen, what did they do? They got creative. They said, let's get Mike Callejas out here, right? They got creative, they figured out a way. Make sense? They talked to management, they figured it out, they pulled resources together, and I came out. And they said that that's what helped them. Well, back in the day, I was just like Ramen, I was just like Dallin. I wanted to rub elbows with the top dogs in the company. I would be the first one there and the last one to leave. I don't know a way to get around these people. I said, what is it going to take? I'll do whatever it takes. I really don't care. If things aren't working for you, it doesn't mean that it doesn't work. It means that your approach isn't working on the project. So change it up a little bit. For me personally, once you find something that works, stick to it though. And I don't mean try something today and then change it tomorrow and then the next day change it again and keep changing it every day. You got to give it time. Give it time to develop. Give it your project time to mature. But if you find people who are diamond directors like Dallin Rahman and some of the other leaders that we met today and yesterday, just follow them. Emulate them. Whatever they're doing, emulate them. That's the key. This business is not so hard, right? Monkey see, monkey do. I remember when I started working in this business, I saw my mentor and I thought, man, look at this guy. He's sharp. I looked at his shoes and I said, hey, what kind of shoes are those? He goes, why? I said, what kind of shoes are those? He goes, Ferragamo. I was like, how do you spell that? Ferragamo, what? I had never heard of these. I started buying shoes I couldn't pronounce. Okay, guys? I'm even joking. I said, Ferragamos. All right, that's it. Those are the ones I'm going to get. I said, what kind of suit is that? He goes, Armani. I'm like, there it is. He goes, why? I'm like, I'm going to get the same one. Some people say, you're copying him. You're a wannabe. I was like, yeah, I want to be him. Make sense? I want to be just like him. There's nothing wrong with that. Right? So remember, just find successful people and emulate them. I can remember the way my mentor even organized the money in his wallet. It was crazy. He had all his bills facing the same way. It was all organized. And I was like, oh gosh, I started writing that down. I remember I saw him do a presentation. And he said, there are 3 ways to make money here. And he went like this. 3 ways. I was like, what the heck? I always went 3 ways. He did it like this. I was like, all right, next time. So we were like, what time are you going to get there? I'll get there at 3. I never did 3 like this ever again. Ever. This is 3 now. Just so you guys know. Little things that he did, I copied him. I'm not joking. Everything he did, I copied him exactly to a T. It's necessary to face a lot of rejections, to take a lot of no's to get this far. It's necessary to face a lot of ridicule. Face it. Just face it. It's okay. It's going to taste so much sweeter. You're going to have these battle stories with your buddies later on. It's awesome. It's awesome. You can laugh about these things later on. Right now, they're stressing you out. Right now, they might be stressing you out. Right now, you're feeling sad and sensitive about it. I can remember, man, this one time early in my business, this is like almost rock bottom for me. I can remember I got so discouraged that I didn't want to show up at presentations anymore. Upline came by and paid me a visit. He drove. He called me. I wasn't answering calls anymore. You guys know when reps do that? When you start calling them and they're not answering anymore? They flatlined. I flatlined for a couple of days. He came over to my house, drove over to my house, knocked on my door. I was like, I was in my boxer shorts, my muscle shirt. I had a beard going already. I was eating Cinnamon Toast Crunch. I was really sorry for myself. And he goes, what happened to you? He goes, hey, get dressed, man. I was just like, no, just leave me. I'm done. I'm done. And he goes, come on, man. Snap out of it. Let's go. Shave, get ready. We're going to go get dressed. We're going to go do a meeting or something. I was like, no, just leave me. He goes, I'm not leaving without you, man. Sometimes it takes that. Does that make sense? Sometimes it takes that. You just can't listen to your crazy friends. Makes sense. I was trying to commit Usana suicide, and he was talking me off the ledge. I'm serious. I was done. I can remember I was done that day. If he didn't show up that day, I might have quit that day. I'm serious. Don't let your friends commit Usana suicide. Go get them. Talk them off the ledge. Eventually, you get pretty good at it. Maybe talk them off the ledge a bunch of times. All right. Aaron Dick calls it the defibrillator. Did he mention that to you guys yet or not? Sometimes people start flatlining Usana. He says, all right, bro, shock him back into it, right? Anyways. So you never have a bad day, you just have a character building day. I think that's the key. Always look at it, perspective, right? How you look at things. Dr. Libby Weaver talked about that too. It's what you see, right? You see the world as you want to see it. It's crazy. So see it in a good sense if that's the case. If you have a choice, see it in a good sense. Get the energy drainers out of your life. Well, surround yourself with the right people. I can remember a lot of my friends, you know what they called me? You're a sellout. Even hanging out with Duke and some of my other friends, they're like, hanging out with all those people? You're a sellout, man. You used to be cool. You used to hang out with us. And I used to say, hey man, I'm sacrificing my life today for the bicycle tomorrow. Yeah, whatever, get all that philosophical mumbo jumbo, get out of here with that. And I used to take a lot of heat from my friends. You know what's funny? They used to say, let's go party on Friday. I said, I can't, I gotta go to Saturday training. They said, come on, let's go party. I said, I can't, I gotta go to Saturday training. They would get upset about that. You know what's funny? I called 2 of my friends before I came out here. I said, hey, let's go to Australia, let's go party for 2 weeks. I said, I can't. I said, man, you're a sellout. Seriously. I call up a lot of my friends. I'm like, hey, let's go to Vegas for 2 weeks. Let's just go hang out. I can't. I'm like, you're a sellout. Why? I gotta work. Sellout. See, now they're on the receiving end. Because believe it or not, everybody eventually has to pay a mortgage. Everybody eventually has to pay a mortgage.